Hello, what is up and welcome to the Creative Time Chamber. Hope you're having a good day so far. This is the 5-minute show helping you grow from shy creative to confident creative. My name's Jonathan and today's topic is the lack of creativity and how to find it. Shout out to my boy John as well for asking the question, and hopefully by the end of this bite-sized episode, you'll find something useful to work towards rebuilding your creativity. And that's the key word, rebuilding. So the short answer to how to find your creativity is stop trying to find your creativity. And that's it. Episode finished. Just kidding. Do continue to listen as I feel I have some bombs to drop today. But the better question to ask is, where did my creativity go? It's a self-reflective question, which instead of looking around you for this formless idea of creativity, you're now looking inwards. The stipulation with being a creative is it's always running through you, very similar to innate confidence, like we talked about a few episodes ago. So the feeling that you lack creativity is purely down to not exercising your creative muscles. A similar concept applies to fitness. Reading about how to exercise to get fit without exercising defeats the entire purpose of trying to get fit. Same with reading. If you don't apply what you've read, then you haven't really taken in the information. And to quickly bust some myths about creativity, you don't need talent to be creative, you don't need motivation to be creative, and you don't need fancy tools to be creative. Take Keynote, for example, highly underutilized as a design tool, which shout out to my guy Chris with it as well for taking a proactive approach. He just needed to get an idea out, no time to fuss over tools, and the result, a great visual and potentially a project signed off. The point is, if you're a human, you are creative. It's as simple as that. We all have the capacity to be creative, and it's not something that is fixed from birth, nor does it end when you graduate. So I did a quick search before recording, and creativity by Google's definition is the use of imagination or original ideas to create something, inventiveness. I personally like to think of creativity as the act of doing, to be able to recognize and generate ideas out of nothing. Creativity is also connecting the dots, which was famously said by the late Steve Jobs, the creator of the devices you're probably listening to this episode on. So if we take those definitions, the lack of creativity or the absence of is you don't have enough dots to connect. If you only ever play with 3 dots, you're only going to connect within that area. We naturally combine, compare, and connect ideas all the time. So this type of creativity already comes natural to us. Connections will be limitless once you begin to open yourself up to new ideas, as well as simply creating, bringing thoughts into existence. Lack of creativity is also a choice, believe it or not. It's the choice to not pursue things you enjoy, a choice to avoid what is uncomfortable. A lot of your creativity will be found by getting your hands dirty, getting stuck in the design software, and being in the zone. Especially if your skills are not quite up to par, it's back to the exercising analogy. You gotta put in the reps to be better or to be fitter. And a wonderful byproduct of simply creating is that you notice your confidence will increase too, which is what being in the time chamber is all about. Lack of creativity also comes from thinking too broad. If you restrict the boundaries in which you play in, also called your sandbox, this is where creativity will thrive. You gotta put yourself in a box to think outside it. And if you're asking how to find it, how to find the creativity, well, constraints breeds creativity. And it's the limitations and laser focused attitude that will give you the creative results you're trying to seek. Think of Goku and Gohan when they entered the hyperbolic time chamber and what that room looked like. What was the one thing they entered the chamber for? To become stronger, which, fun fact, this is the concept that the show was born from, to level up and grow from shy to confident creative. Hopefully, John, this is all starting to click. I feel the question had a lot to do with external searching when the answer is really the reverse. You gotta first pause, then perform a debrief on yourself. I feel I said creativity 100 times this episode, but I digress. So to try and make this actionable for you and for you as well listening, try answer these 3 questions as honestly as possible. The first question is what we started the episode with, and it's, where did my creativity go? Again, this question tells you that you are already creative and therefore gives you a little introspection. Second question is, what did you enjoy doing when you were 10? I heard this question watching a video about finding your ikigai, which when I heard this struck me as an aha moment. I'm sure there was something you loved and explored when you were younger, so ask yourself, what was that thing? And third question, what's bugging you right now? Sometimes we just need to scratch that itch. And if you've been thinking about doing something for some time, maybe that's what you should move on to so you can finally begin creating and rebuilding your creativity. Once you have thought about and written your answers, and if you're up for it, do share in the comments section, as someone else might be on a similar boat, and so we'll all be helping each other. Thanks again for the question, John. I've got a couple more thoughts on this idea, so be sure to stay tuned and subscribe. You have been in the creative time chamber, where you enter shy and leave a more confident creative. Take it easy.